women hawafai kwenda shule. They're not supposed to own a business. You are literally not supposed to do anything. Unafaa tu kukaa nyumbani. Wallahi hii ni iPhone yangu bana, that you bought with your own money, cash. And the husbands, he can be like a drunk husband. Now the wife is taking care of everything. Yani mama yao watoto, kuna watoto watatu, kuna watoto wanne, wewe ndio unawaletea chakula, wewe ndio unalipa school fees, and the husband anataka akikuja home jioni apate chakula, ajue food imetoka wapi.
You don't even know that person. You're just going to meet any stranger out there.
It happens every weekend. We are picked. Unaenda kwa club uko like mnapatana na watu, you are in the same table, mko like wacha tuende to change location, mna change location, mnaenda to the next location. Ikifika the next morning mnajipata mlienda the same place na these people. Hamjuani na hawa watu.
I think we as females are quite vulnerable. Like, I'm going through a challenge. I find someone who can listen to me. I've given.
Utaenda shopping. Uende home upack. You're going for summer tights. Na una place ya kulala.
I think she's a 12-year-old girl who was just captured, like she's been impregnated by an old man. So imagine using one knife over 30 girls.
30 girls. Young girls. And with a lot of... Kuna sickness mingi sana zimetokea nowadays.
There's so many sicknesses and everything. And then, after that, they would sue the girls. Kushona like. And what happens is the girl had a birth certificate.
Oh, no.
So in the birth certificate, he is the father.
But look at that. He's the husband.
He's the husband.
That is so bad.
Get that good education and venture into every field. So we're not in the times when people will be said, this one can just be done by your brother. No, that one can just be done by your cousin. That one can only go to your uncle. No. So vitu kama hivyo. So it's time for us girls to move out there.
Unatoka Nairobi na unaenda place na ujue unalala wapi, unaenda kulala kwa beach. That is not right. Unaweza fanya kila kitu unataka. Whatever you set your mind to do, utafanya.
Nobody's going to take care of you. That's one thing you have to remember. Please remember that. You're going to be taken advantage of. And as you come out, you'll actually just be regretting. And then the same society
will judge you. Hi guys, it's your girl Wangoi Charles
and Rukia Kenywa on We Said What We Said podcast.
No regrets, no edits. So guys, I have a story before we actually start, and I think I'm going to start it with Mshaiona Muislamu badi.
Oh my goodness. Okay, tell us the story because I want to know the Muslim buddies out there.
Anyway, she's here with us. Sorry. But something happened to us. We were going for a walk at Karura Forest. You remember the story?
Oh goodness.
Yeah, so we had gone for a peace walk. We do peace walks. We collaborate with other NGOs like Peace League Africa, Peacemakers on going for walks and all those things. So on this specific date was a Saturday. We had gone for a walk, and after the walk, we decided to continue with the walk and walk home as our norm. So we are walking with our stories. That was along Limuru Road. So we were walking, and then I had my bag, and then I was holding my phone kwa mkono.
On your palm, yeah.
Yeah, and you had yours in a power bank.
Yeah. I was charging my phone, and then we were just walking. Yeah.
And then someone just came and pushed us
the Nairobi way.
Alitusukuma mbele. And then of course kila kitu itaanguka.
Yeah.
So simu zikaanguka, bag I think ilifika hapa, but now when he pushed us, I think everything fell.
Yeah.
And we kind of started shouting.
Our adrenaline just kicked in very immediately. I don't even know how. It really just kicked in very quickly.
And he didn't expect that.
Yeah, I didn't expect that.
So our shouting, us trying to grab everything, I think he panicked. And he was a very stupid thief because he didn't even, I know this is crazy me saying this, but he didn't even have a weapon. How do you go and steal to people without... Because he just thought these are just girls.
Weapon, yeah.
I know. Yeah. But he was like, these are just girls. They'll just be silent and I'll go with everything. But my, oh my. The minute those phones like fell down, and then we started screaming, and then people are getting the attention of the situation. Yeah,
people just driving everything.
And then we were shouting. He panicked.
Yep.
I think so. Then after the phones fell down, he tried to grab them. I think you grabbed him.
I literally grabbed him because like once the phones fell, he went down to pick up everything. To collect everything. And I think he was just trying to actually as well escape. Yeah, and then he grabbed your bag at the same time, the tote bag. So after the adrenaline, I think it's just the work adrenaline and everything. I was like, no way you're leaving with our phones or anything. So I just
he had the bag.
Him. Yes.
And we had two bags. One that had a jacket.
Yeah.
And now my... What do we call
your tote bag?
Yeah, my tote bag.
And then the carrier bag, yeah.
So he took the carrier bag and the tote bag, and then the phones were down. He tried collecting them. Yeah. But when you are trying to struggle and fight with him, I collected the phones.
Yeah.
So the only thing he collected was the power bank.
Yeah.
But then now in your mind, you are like, this nigga is holding something in his hand.
And he was.
He was. So in the mind, walai hii ni iPhone yangu bana. That you bought with your own money. Cash.
Sean.
You flew with that guy to the highway.
Yeah.
Yo mi nilishtuka. Yani
sorry, baby girl.
I'm back here holding both the phones. I'm trying to call you. Like, I have the phones. Just leave him. But then when you guys were struggling, he also, bag ilikatika.
Yep.
So zote zilianguka. He tried now to run with the power bank.
That's true.
But then I think in your mind, it was like, this is my phone.
In my mind, I was still like, he's still holding something. And in my mind, like, I couldn't really get the idea that he did not pick up the phones. Because I think with just everything happening, I was just like, yeah, you've taken everything of ours. And there's no way, in as much as I had the iPhone idea, I was also like, you're picking two of our phones, you're running with them. And I know, like, even if you went with them, the funny thing with these people is that they do not even sell them at the same value. It's always very cheap.
That is always
so I ran after him on the highway.
Ooh.
Oh goodness, I was not even caring that cars are gonna hit us or anything, because like if you noted, Limuru Road has just been expanded to the dual carriage. Like I ran after him and I was just shouting to the cars, like after screaming, I was just hit him.
I really wanted them to hit him. Why are you guys not hitting him? But I think they were scared also.
Yeah.
Because they were like, if we hit him, you are still hold him.
That's true, yeah.
So they might hit you too.
It could have been a big accident, you see. Yeah. Like I was just thinking with the adrenaline and everything, so it could become a very big accident. And then of course, this person who's actually probably been doing that. We don't know for how long. They know how to escape the different situations. So I could have been hurt. And then,
yeah, because the way he jumped over the wall, it was like this high.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, let her not jump. I was praying, let her not jump.
That was when my brain now, like, I think that's when like my frontal lobe was like, hey, what are you doing, girl? Because this is a forest.
You really hurt your leg.
Yeah, oh, yeah. And actually in the middle, he pushed me because he kept on telling me, Niachilie. I was like, I wasn't even talking. I was just after him. I didn't even know whatever I wanted to do with him. Oh, goodness. Yeah, so I was just looking at Chile. So he pushed me and I hurt my legs.
I'm so sorry.
And what's funny is that we still walked. But then you grabbed like a stone. A very big stone. Like, if anyone tries us, but I'm so sorry. Yeah.
And I'm so proud of you because I think if I was alone, I could have just like let him go. Yeah. Because now the what we're doing it together was like, wow, we've really been through a lot. We can say we've been through a lot together.
We got stories to tell, guys.
Oh my goodness, but that was crazy. But good thing is we got our phones back.
Yeah.
And he just went with the power bank. Maybe he went and sold it for 200. The problem is they sell it at a very low price.
That's very true.
Now that is like, why are you doing that? Yeah. But I think that story actually brings us to the topic of today.
Episode. Yeah. Challenges women are facing outside here, from the society, from the environment they work, the social media. There's a whole lot.
Yeah.
Ladies and women are actually facing a lot out here, and they never get to talk about it. So I think it's time we voice it out.
Yeah. It's
time we get to tell our experiences and share some of what we know. And you, as our viewers and our listeners out there, we'd also like to hear your stories. So bring them aboard. Yeah.
Bring the comments. Yeah. Just tell us everything you would want to tell us.
Yeah, the topics and all that. Yeah.
I think ladies have been going through a lot. Yeah. From growing up. Yeah. And being seen like the weak people. There are some things you can't do. There are some things you need to do. Yeah. It growing up and now going to the work areas, the professional,
backgrounds and all that. Yeah.
So like what you need to do to get a job. Yeah. People go through a lot. Yeah. And I've had a lot of stories about all that. And it's so bad.
Quite bad.
That you're going to apply for a job and this particular person is telling you to do this and this for you to get this job. Too much, yeah. And it has happened to a lot of people that I know. Yeah. And some end up doing that thing because now you are desperate. This might be a single mother. You need this job, you need school fees for your kids, you need to feed your kids, you need rent and all that. So if this opportunity comes, if you refuse and then the opportunity is gone, you don't know when else you'll get the opportunity.
You're going to start regretting and then like the people who are depending on you are not even going to understand. And then there's also the society that is telling you, if you did that, what would have happened? Like there's so many people who don't care what happens. Like they're going to be like, yeah, that's exactly what happens outside here. Like it's actually funny that some of the perpetrators are actually going ahead to tell people that that's what happens. You didn't know.
They make it a normality.
I know, right? This is what happens. So everything is becoming a normality. Like outside there, and you hear girls telling stories and everything, and you're just like, goodness, was it supposed to be like that? Did I go to university? Did I get training for this to just be
my degree? Just heaven's sake, and then this is happening, which happens also in schools.
It does.
You need like the marks for a certain unit and something like the lecturer is like, you know what you need to do.
You know what's funny is actually that just not so long ago, I think a lot of it exploded on TikTok. It's whereby like for the most of the part is that we actually thought that ladies go through it all well outside here when it comes to universities, of course, because we know like there's so many perpetrators even in the universities. Yep. And specifically the school backgrounds and everything. But also like back around in February, we saw high school girls coming out to actually mention out some of the stories that are happening outside high school. Just imagine a minor, that's literally a minor, and then you're there, you went to school, you talk of being a teacher. You're actually supposed to be a nurturer. You're nurturing someone's kid. A parent has trusted you to bring the kids there. Yeah. You're not taking care of them, but you're perpetrating them. What kind of a person are you?
You're the parent of that kid in school, and then you're doing all this and trying to give them ideas of this is what happens. I'm going to be there. Yeah. And I think what they do is that they look for something wrong with this girl. They can focus on one girl in there, like maybe this girl is going through some challenges at home. Yeah. And she doesn't have someone to talk to. Yep. But now once they grab that and they get the trust of this girl, they pretend that I'm here to listen to you, I'm here to talk to you. And I think that's how it goes to them now, making it something else.
It's taking advantage of vulnerability. I think we as females are quite vulnerable. Like, I'm going through a challenge. I find someone who can listen to me. I've given. Yep. And then they take advantage of that. Yep. And that's one thing. Like, you ladies out there, your vulnerability is not your weakness. It's your strength. If you're able to tell your story, then it's something that you're supposed to use.
It's getting really serious. But on the other hand, wasichana wanajaribu sana ku change all of this. Yeah. I think there is a story of now women getting into wanafanya kazi hadi wanaume wanafanya siku hizi. Yeah. Women are riding bodabodas, women are engineers and all that. They're trying to change it and to change the narrative that women are seen as weak. Naweza isema weaklings. Ni matoa doma. There's a story with Shiksha.
There's this what Shiksha is doing with like girls. Shout out to you. What you're doing with Kakamivana National Club.
Right.
Basically about I think this very story that touched me, and as even was planning for this episode, was just like the story of this the boda rider who is trying to bring up her children. She's a single mom and taking care of her child. Like even she has a special need child, and she's taking care of her. And when she was actually mentioning about the stories of her, what happens out there is like she's been targeted. Her phone has been stolen.
Just because she's
a lady, basically, in that industry. I think for the longest time, of course, we have known that there's so many fields whereby like a lady can be this, a lady can be that. And even coming from I don't want to kuingilia dini sana. Like when it comes to me, there's that part of you see, like it's part of course that we have to mention out. I think religion pia inasukuma wasichana saa zingine. Some of the religions out there, and if I may say, like even in our religion, kama saizi ndo wakati ambapo wanawake ndo sasa saizi tunafunguliwa. But as ilikuwa kitambo kila kitu naambiwa ni haram.
Okay. Like the story in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
There is this thing they're saying that women hawafai kwenda shule. They're not supposed to own a business.
Yeah.
You are literally not supposed to do anything. Unafaa tu kukaa nyumbani. I think this brings into now marrying of girls at a very young age.
At a very young age.
Like msichana kianza tu puberty ni hivyo. You are set.
I mean, and just imagine currently we're living in a world whereby like now the nutrients, everything that we're intaking, like maybe during our time and like I think we went to puberty at around 14, right? Or 15.
But right now,
hey, a 9-year-old girl is already there.
It's crazy.
So you can imagine, like there's even the other story of just like, I think she's a 12-year-old girl who was just captured, like she's been impregnated by an old man. Like, oh, come on.
Was her dad? That's a different story. There's a story.
The guy was taken to be like the dad because what the guy did is that the girl, the whole story is that when he was found with the girl, it's the fact that he did not want to admit that he was the husband. But the girl was pregnant.
So he said he's the father.
And what happens is the girl had a birth certificate.
Oh, no.
So in the birth certificate, he is the father.
But he's the husband.
He's the husband.
That is so bad. It's so sad, but I think now people are trying to change that. And we just focus on being better. We just focus on trying to improve ourselves, go to school, get those degrees, the PhDs and everything, and try to improve our lives. If we wait for people to do that for us,
they're not going to do it. Like, and everything.
It's for girls to fight for us.
To fight for them, yeah.
We do everything we can to make our lives better, to make our lives complete, and to make our lives not miserable.
Yeah, get that good education and venture into every field. So we're not in the times when people will be said, nah, this one can just be done by your brother. No, that one can just be done by your cousin. That one can only go to your uncle. No. So vitu kama hivyo. So it's time for us girls to move out there.
Let's learn. Kila kitu unataka. Whatever you set your mind to do, utafanya.
Yeah. And just beyond everything, we're looking at also the cultural stereotypes that are coming outside here. Za wasichana, like how the cultures, zile cultures zetu zina to ground in terms of like, mimi kama msichana, nafaa kukaa hivi, nafaa kudress up hivi and all that. And also not beyond that, like these same cultures ni cultures ambazo zinatesa watu. Like we have the culture of FGM.
Oh God, yeah. And it's still happening.
At this time, it is still happening. Just imagine. Still happening. And of course, you have got as many champions out there who are actually talking about it and how they have actually overcome it. And kudos to you guys. Like I know of a lady by the name Sadia who has just overcome that. And she was actually talking about it. She was actually just saying that she can never allow that to happen to her daughter henceforth. But guess what? Even the leaders. Yes, it did.
Oh, from which culture? She's from which culture?
She's from the Kushaiti community. It's happening. Okay. But I'm also looking at that because when we went for when she was actually talking about it, she was actually talking about it in a conference. Ambayo ilikuwa na watu tofauti.
Okay.
And there's also this author who also came out to actually write about the book. She's from Central Kenya.
Uko ni kwetu.
I know you cannot imagine. Just look at you. You see? Yeah, so that's the same thing. And apparently, she actually had to undergo it. And she's had to undergo as many surgeries as possible to correct her reproductive system because it affected that. Because you see, what was happening with FGM is the fact that those people, wale wanawake ambao wanafanya, they still want to be culturally okay. So they don't want to adopt. I'm not supporting FGM at any point. I'm saying no to it. But they still don't want to come out and actually, like, even if you're doing it, then look into technology and everything. No, they still want to use the blunt knives that they use. Yeah.
The traditional way.
The traditional way. So imagine using one knife over 30 girls.
30 girls. Young girls.
Young girls.
And with a lot of... Kuna sickness mingi sana zimetokea nowadays.
There's so many sicknesses and everything. And then, after that, I think they would sue the girls. Kushona, like, just imagine all that.
Like nauzi na sindano.
Yep.
Hey, God, thank you.
So we're not going to look about it, but also that. So these are all the cultural stereotypes that we're actually looking beyond. So as girls, as you come out there, like, kudos to the heroes who are coming out and talking about it. Because for even some of the girls who are actually running away from that, you see that I think there's also a story that came out in the media probably of a girl who was supposed to get married and she had not undergone it. And you see, like, we ushakubali, like, harusi inafanyika, umefurahia na kila kitu. So just imagine before the wedding, the ladies are coming and they're
to check.
Everything. No, they're coming to perform it on her. And then she's going to get married the following day.
You need to wait. Ngoja. Unafaa kuwa, for you to get married, unafaa kuwa like oh no, see.
Sasa hiyo ndo ilikuwa.
Bado 2026.
No, I had the story back.
That is so crazy. That is so crazy.
Yeah. I think also the behind culture about it is that actually some of the communities were actually doing it back then to reduce the what would I even say? Like, to just reduce the hyperness of girls so that they can be sexually, morally sexual-wise.
I don't know how that helps, though.
So it was, I'm not saying it helping because everything is there. And beyond just like the culture, again, looking at it, it's like the cultural stereotype. I know we have talked about FGM because it's a bad thing, but it's also, we're also looking at the other part whereby our moms have actually been forced to be the silent one.
And go through all the shit that the husbands are taking them through.
Imagine.
The wife and the husbands.
Yes.
He can be like a drunk husband.
Yeah.
Now the wife is taking care of everything. Yani, mama yao watoto kuna watoto watatu, kuna watoto wanne. Wendo unawaletea chakula, wendo unalipa school fees. And the husband anataka akikuja home jioni apate chakula. Ajui food imetoka wapi. Food imetoka Mungu ameidrop. It's not from experience, guys. I'm just saying.
And also beyond that, it's not being from experience. I think it's stories we're actually saying out here. Like when we were younger, we would not notice the things. But then once you grow up, you're like...
And you become best friends with your mom. Mom would try like to hide from someone. Atakwambia, mtu akikuja.
Yeah.
Mtu akikuja kunitafuta, amwambie si uko. And then would be like, why are you hiding? When ni mtu mzima, mbona unajifichia huyo mtu? But right now... Unangalia your story iko. And how they were trying to hide their pain from us growing up. Sahi sisi ndo tunajaribu to hide the pain ili tusiwaambie. Like now we are the grown-ups trying to hide whatever you're going through so that you don't stress your parents and all that. Most especially our moms, because moms will always be like, I should and I will be there for my daughter.
Yeah.
In each and every step.
That's true.
Whether you're married, whether uko mdogo, whether uko mkubwa, they will be there for you. And I'm really glad that they've always been there for us. But also on another point of summertime happened last weekend.
Yep.
And I'm still trying to understand niaje utapack. Acha hata nianze na utaenda shopping. Uende home upack, you're going for summer tides. Na una place ya kulala, because we've seen a lot of girls walikuwa nalala kwa beach. And girls were being recorded naked. Yani, it was so bad. Na, sijui what to say. It was so disappointing, I would say that. Because I'm not trying to judge those girls. I'm not at any point trying to do that. But if you're planning to do something, you're planning to go for a vacation, at least have a plan. Jua naenda hivi na travel hivi. I saw stories on TikTok, people saying that they would go there with the idea of, nitaenda huko, tutaenda tujibambe, nitapatana na mtu and we'll hit it off with this guy na tutaenda tu kwenye atakuwa nalala ndo nitaenda kulala na yeye. So I feel like
You don't even know that person.
Yep.
You're just going to meet any stranger out there.
It happens every weekend. We are picked. Unaenda kwa club uko like mnapatana na watu, you are in the same table, mko like wacha tuende to change location, mna change location, mnaenda to the next location. Ikifika the next morning mnajipata mlienda the same place na these people. Hamjuani na hawa watu. And at some point unapatanga watu wameweza kutoka hapo safe, umepatana na watu wazuri. Honestly speaking, I've done that. Mamangu asione hii podcast. Nimechange locations. I've changed locations twice, thrice, and I'm glad nothing bad ever happened to me. But kuna stories unasikia mtu alipitia shades.
I'm glad I came into her life because she has changed, guys. Ni uchungu. Uchungu sana. And quoting, ni uchungu sana.
Ni uchungu sana alisema.
So the thing, okay. So you choose to change locations. You're changing the locations with people you do not know.
So you guys are having fun.
Might I say, good morning from
Kilimani. Mnatoka Thika Road, mnaenda Kilimani. Thank you for mentioning Kilimani.
So that was actually, I'm pointing out, because if I actually talk of that and good morning from bringing it about is, I think the stories that have come behind that, well, I'm so glad, alhamdulillah, that you've come out like safe, you see.
Thank you, God.
But looking at it, the girls who have actually built out stories, the girls who have
died.
Yes. Are we even forgetting the cases of femicide?
It's crazy that...
Just imagine girls are trusting strangers to move from one location to another. You're intoxicated.
Yep.
Because you ain't taking as many cocktails as possible. You don't even know what has been mixed in that cocktail. She's got an experience.
I'm trying to think about all that and how I was doing all that at that age. And I'm like, wow, God really, alini protect.
Yeah.
Brother, Ali to protect because you change locations, you go to like 3 places. Oh,
guys,
God.
she takes the mountain nowadays.
I've had a crazy, I'm old, but my early 20s. Nimepiga sherehe, guys. Sherehe nimepiga. But now, going back to all that summertime stories, like, unapata now girls, videos zao wanarekodiwa, doing all that, like, dressed.
Yeah.
Wengine hawana nguo, videos zimetokea. And I wouldn't want to blame those girls because also, again, you are intoxicated. But mimi wenye walitoka Nairobi, mimi nijajiwe nikose kujajiwa, by the way. Unatoka Nairobi na unaenda place na ujui unalala wapi, unaenda kulala kwa beach. That is not right. Bana mlituangusha kama wasichana. Mnafanya vibaya. Si fiti, by the way.
So I think to girls, check out on that as well. I keep on saying, and I feel like, of course, there's someone who said that someone came out. She was actually saying that Gen Zs, you think you're the first people to actually do bad things. No, you're not.
I think Gen Zs wanaifanya too openly.
Yeah. Millennials were talking about, I think, Masako 7s. That was what used to be Summertides. Like, to them, that was kind of like Masako 7. Yes. So they were saying...
Machakos kind.
Yeah. Oh. Leave me alone.
It's a Kamba thing.
It's a Kamba thing. So they were actually saying that during Masako 7s, what would happen if people would leave out their devices? So people would enjoy. People would move with the vibe and whatever.
No,
so nothing would come out. And we're actually looking at the online harassment and the challenge zote zenye zinapitia. Because all that is happening, yes. And we are literally like just checking in out on you guys. Like we said, we are the big sisters out here, the online big sisters. So we're only checking in on you, but we're also literally telling you to take care of yourself. Because if you're not going to take care of yourself, nobody's going to take care of you. That's one thing you have to remember. Right. Please remember that. Please remember that. You're going to be taken advantage of. And as you come out, you'll actually just be regretting. And then the same society
will judge you.
It's
like loving yourself. You expect people to love you. Acha itoke ndani yako. Anza na kujipenda.
Yeah.
Jipende hivyo ndo watu like, once you love yourself, I think you're able to channel that love.
Yeah.
Like, mtu hajipendi, itakuwa pia ngumu to believe that someone else loves you.
Yeah.
Because you still have that denial, you still have that, unafeel tu kuna kitu haiko. So it should start from within. And I think once you start loving yourself, imagine
Everything
there's some things you won't
changes.
take. There's
Self-love
some things
first,
you
yeah.
won't handle someone doing to you.
Yeah.
Na kuna vitu mingi sana utaweza kustop.
Yep.
The summer tides thing ni uchungu sana.
I mean, sorry, but girls just get to change and everything, and also like social media is doing you bad, guys. So yeah.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching the podcast, for listening to us. Please make sure you subscribe, like, share, and
Follow
and hit that bell. Each and every time we have an episode, unakuwa alerted that kuna episode. And in case you have a story on what we've been discussing about, please write a comment and we'll discuss it. You have a story, you want us to share it, anything. Tuko hapa juu yenu.
Hit us up.
Bye-bye.